Greetings, everyone. It is not very often that we are given this opportunity to look back in our lives as this mile marker of, wow, when this happened, my life changed forever. And we're presented with opportunities like that this week in abundance. There's huge shifts going on, and we're no strangers to the changes that we're all experiencing. For this week's Divinely Guided Rune reading, there's a huge shift of Uranus and Gemini and that 7-7 portal on the same exact day, everyone. So there's a whole bunch of other astrological information that goes along with this week's Divinely Guided Rune reading, so please check that description box down below. Otherwise, you're missing out on so much information that I just cannot cover during these rune readings. All right, so without further ado, let's jump right on into your Divinely Guided Rune reading. Woo! Greetings, Sagittarius, and welcome to your Divinely Guided Rune reading here for the week. I've already cleared the space and meditated for your reading. Let's jump right on in. In your energetic near past, some upsets, maybe something that isn't resonated with you, falling away. This is Hagalas. This is natural disasters. Could be a literal natural disaster like a thunderstorm, hailstorm. This literally means hail. So some sort of a natural disaster in your life. Something. It's not like this is happening to me. It's a happening for me kind of thing. When you look at it as happening to you rather than for you, your ego gets caught up in it as woe is me and all that stuff. And that's a big ego trap. When you look at it as like, oh great, this is happening for me. Like all this is happening because this is a part of my path or something like that. Whatever resonates here for you, Sagittarius. But this is like an unintended eventuality, like a car repair even, where it's not an if, but a when, like a storm. It's not always a storm, but it could be like an emotional storm, a mental storm, a physical, visceral storm. Okay, so let's look into your energetic now. Energetic now is in Ewaz. Ewaz here is the horse rune. This is your pilgrimage type energy, the energetic source that's proven itself to you time and time again throughout your life, like man's best friend, the horse. All right, so Ewaz here, the horse. It is a lot like your relationship with yourself, your relationship with divine, maybe your significant other, coworker, whatever resonates. This is something that's shown up for you. Like, I personally always think of this as my relationship with divine source. It's very grounded energy. Remember, whenever we have these lines going straight down, it's very grounded, and it's a very stable place to be in, but it's also an adventurous place to be in. So this could be actually you going to a spiritually recharging place or being called to do that right now, which could be like a body of water or a mountain or some place a little more significant like Machu Picchu or Stonehenge or something like that. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. All right, so in your energetic future here, we have Berkana. Berkana is the rune of birth. It's nurturing, like the Empress energy in the tarot. This is very much the birch goddess's rune. So a lot of divine feminine type of creation energy. So whenever we're like in our creation type energies, that's definitely celebrating our divine feminine aspects of self. Remember, we all have aspects of both in all of us. So you're called to be in this like nurturing energy as you continue. This could have been an upset, like a faux pas or something with this energetic source here is what I'm seeing. Maybe you have to like do some nurturing and band-aiding or repair work or nurturing energy from this. Maybe it's something that happened to them and you are the energetic source showing up. All right, take what resonates, please leave what doesn't. Let me know in the comments below how this all resonates here for you, Sagittarius. Let's get your rune for the influence of the now. Yeah, okay, I think this is definitely Gibo is the rune of partnerships, gifts, could be spiritual gifts, could be, but I really do see this as relationship type stuff or partnership type stuff where something either happens with you or them or both, where it's kind of like a little upset, little bump in the road, so to speak. But, it happens. It's what we do with those things that define, or don't necessarily define it, but they shape how it's going to go, right? You just don't go, oh, well, there's a storm, now we're done. No. If you did that if everybody always did that in this cancel culture, don't get me started, we would all be very alone and very miserable and very single and all that fun stuff. So, what's your advice for the now, Sagittarius? Advice for the now is stay grounded, stay in your momentum, work on yourself, your physical well-being even. Be grounded. This is Uruz, the ox rune. This is very grounded, stable energy. A little slow as it gets started, but gains that downward hill momentum type energy. Very abundant in that sort of momentum, very strong energy, very grounded energy. So you're set out to do a task. You're needing to be grounded in doing so. When you do this, you know what you need to do. The ox already knows its task. You need to show up. All right, Sagittarius, show up in this energy, probably for your partner. And that way you can build that momentum and you can nurture that relationship in the future. I really do feel this is kind of a relationship or maybe even a job kind of thing. Let's look at what your outcome is, Sagittarius. Anzus, divine downloads, communication, prophetic dream work, all your clairs like claircognizance, clairaudience, clairsentience, all of them working really well to your benefit. Easier to dream, easier to meditate. Just making, when you're grounded and you're moving forward in response rather than reaction to this, and you're showing up almost like a divine masculine energy, very stoic. I see this moving. I'm just being intuitive here and guided by saying this. So by showing up for that energy with your partner here, you are going to have, by this practice, simultaneously will help increase this practice. When we work on our lower chakras first, and this is kind of like working on our lower chakras, grounding, right? We get to build that tower, that antenna over again. Remember that tower moment that happened in the past? Okay, we get to build that tower again and nurture that. Okay, this is also enhanced spiritual gifts. Okay, more gifts and spiritual gifts. This could also mean spiritual gifts, energetic source. Okay, pilgrimage energy, you're going to a spiritually recharging place and you are adopting more spiritual gifts and needing to nurture that in the future. You could be becoming like a hierophant or a savant out of all of this too. Take what resonates, please, Sagittarius. Leave what doesn't. There's a couple different ways that this whole thing can go. And very many layers, really, too, that this could all go to. All right. So let's look at your chakra token for the carrying on the energies for the week. This is a huge week with that 7-7 portal here, Sagittarius. Throat chakra is where it's at for you. Speaking your truth, holding your divinity, beautiful stuff. Let's look at that. So the throat chakra is the 741 hertz solfeggio frequency at 741, and that's located at the center of your neck, obviously. And if you're someone who is shy, has difficulty expressing themselves, or is arrogant, then you're showing signs of having a blocked throat chakra. Listening to the solfeggio frequency of 741 hertz to achieve balance will help you open your throat chakra. Once you do, you'll speak your truth, express yourself clearly, and listen to your intuition a lot easier without second guessing yourself, right? So let's look at the throat chakra mantra and mudra. Our mantra is Hum. Our mudra is very simple. We're just tucking all of these, and remember, here's the church, here's the steeple, open the door, see all the people. We're doing that, but we're not going all the way up like this with our hands, right? That's a little painful. We don't want any pain while doing the mudras. So we're going to move that a knuckle down. And with the tips of the index and the thumbs, we're making that unbreakable chain, closing the palm on itself there, and there we have it. It looks kind of like the larynx or the throat chakra. And we hum the mantra, Hum, H-A-M, and Focusing on that blue light emanating from there, listening to the solfeggio frequency of 741 hertz. Namaste. Have a blessed and abundant week.